is Annette with Annette's Astrology Corner, and this is your energetic reading for May 8th. And today is the day before the Sun aligns with Mercury in Taurus and Jupiter goes direct. And so today the Moon is involved in what's called a Mutable Grand Cross. And this is a very, very significant energy source. So I definitely want to talk about it. So a Mutable Grand Cross is opposing energies. Imagine that your energy is pulled in 4 different directions. So let's talk about the energies at play. We have Jupiter, which is going to go direct tomorrow. And so there's one little bullet point it wants to get through to you. So it's really going to pull you. Jupiter's really going to expand and highlight the area that it hopes that you become very detail oriented in. Then you've got Saturn, which is opposing the Moon. So Jupiter is opposing Neptune and Pisces. Saturn is opposing the Moon in Gemini. So Saturn in Sagittarius is all about getting control of perspectives, of not being so rigid and opinionated that you cannot expand your perspectives or mindsets. So if there's a place in your life where you are rigid and you refuse to see or be guided through an energy, Saturn is very, very specific about what it's going to pull you in. The Moon in Gemini is just an inconsistent energy sometimes. Sometimes when we are emotional, when there is opposition, when there is difficulty, when there's a moon, when your moon is in Gemini or being influenced by Gemini energy, you can find that your thoughts are very, very inconsistent. Very, very inconsistent. And that one minute you're thinking one way and you're committed to something, and the next minute you may easily detour and go in a completely different direction. It's very, your emotions are very unreliable. And then we have this Neptune and Pisces where it can be something about what we're idealizing. We're not being realistic about. There needs to be that realization. And, these energies, when they're in opposition, when they're opposing each other like they are, they're really trying to make you see the extremes of all 4 energies pulling you in all different areas, because guess what that does? That really defines where your thought processes go. So if we're taking a look at the Gemini energy wants to integrate your thoughts and your feelings. It wants you have to be logical about your feelings. We cannot making emotional based decisions is very foolhardy. And trust me, I know this. And it's something that I really ask myself before I make an emotional based decision is, how emotion-based is this decision and how much is logic playing into this? Because am I going to have to rethink this because I'm acting on a complete emotional level? Virgo energy wants you to organize your concepts. It's all about healing. It's all about being completely detail-oriented. It's realism at its finest. It's the details. It's that mundane type life. Sagittarius is diversity and wisdom and change in perspective. And then, of course, we have Pisces, which is compassion and spirit and belief systems and the bigger picture, intuition. It's our unconscious realms. So what I believe a lot of this is doing is it's pulling these things in all different directions, making you very, very conscious of what I think many of you are choosing to be unconscious about. You're choosing to not deal with something emotionally. That's inconsistent. You're choosing to be unrealistic. You're choosing to be rigid in your belief systems. You're choosing to grasp a hold of or to not break free from routines and rituals that no longer serve you. These are choices you're making, but what is that subconscious element that makes you cling to these areas? A Mutable Grand Cross is going to teach you this. Now, I wanted to, in May, toward the end of May, it's the 25th through the end of May, we have another big Grand Cross event. That is a lot of days to deal with Grand Cross energy. And it's a Mutable Grand Cross as well. So I believe what this month is going to be about is about it's about the earth trine. The high form of vibration is the earth trine. The low form is all this mutable energy, this inconsistent thoughts, saying something, not following through, not having control of something. It's very, very, and for some of us, what's going to be very hard today is this is going to have an emotional component to it. And you're either going to be frustrated by somebody who cannot, what they say they don't do, or they're emotionally inconsistent, or something unreliable, like that makes you feel emotionally vulnerable. So I think what it is in this energy, we're trying to balance and we're trying to gain consistency. It would be like gathering a bunch of information, but none of it matches. If you were doing research and you were trying to prove a theory, but every piece of information doesn't match each other, you would go crazy because you're in a mindset thinking this is right, but yet, wait a minute, there are 4 different perspectives on the same topic and they don't seem to support each other. So I believe that's what some of you are going to go through with this grand mutable trot. So here's what I want you to do, because I talked about this a little bit yesterday. Jupiter's getting ready to go direct. Don't let it go direct in the area where it makes you crack, lose your lid, and there's a giant earthquake forms, and that's how you get your realization. Come on, guys. Let Jupiter show you opportunity, how to get away from this energy source, how to really honestly start to bring some consistency, how to bring opportunity to you. Like, if some of you just, let's say some of you are suffering from any form of addiction. It doesn't matter what it is. If it's working out too much, or if it's not working out, you're lazy, or if it's eating or drinking or drugs, whatever it is. Don't let Jupiter come in and go direct in that energy when you're losing control of that area. Because I believe that for many of you, it's going to be unfortunate. And then there's some of you that are like, I really want to make these powerful routines and I'm really trying. And, so Jupiter's expanding the opportunity of, hey, there's this great deal at this club, or there's, somebody will tell you about a counselor that does discount rates to make you mentally healthy. Or maybe you'll find out there's some herbal medicine that's really good for you, that your condition, if you're not into taking, if you're not doing, you don't want to do like Western medicine where it's all about popping a pill and getting over it. So I believe that there is amazing energy to be found in this, but I will not lie. Today has the possibility for some of you just to freaking make you go nuts. So there is a lot of dualistic energy in today, which is frustrating for fixed energy sources, I'm not going to lie. It will scatter your emotions today for some of you. I believe that Saturn today is going to challenge you to re-engage the way that you feel and the way that you emotionally attach to probably a couple different perspectives. So expect today to be filled with an emotional inconsistency whenever you're dealing with the twins. Now remember that the twins can be 1 minute happy and the 1 minute the twins aren't, they're not talking, they're going in different directions. Expect that. Good thing about that is if you feel that, you're like, oops, I'm attaching to the mutable Grand Cross that's going on. And so I really want the kite. So if you get to the point to where you get here, and you really want to elevate your energy, so what you're going to do is you're going to attach to an earth-based energy thought process. That means slowing down, relaxing, reassessing, not making any drastic decisions. I would get out into nature. I would go plant something in a pot, like get your hands in dirt, take a walk where it's kind of isolated, where it's just you and nature. Really make sure that you take control of what energy that you attach to. I I believe that some of you may become vividly, unfortunately, aware that your rituals and rigid mindsets are no longer serving you moving forward. So what this is going to do is kind of be a little breaking point for some of you in energy where you're like, God dang it, I don't want to deal with this. And I believe that's possible. I think that you may find that you are ready to let go. I think what this is trying to make you understand is that holding on to these rigid opinions and belief systems and habits and rituals and mindsets, this programming that we seem to want to hold on to for whatever reason, I think that there is some familiarity. It's really hard to do new things. They say that it takes 30 days to create a new habit. So you have to go through 30 days of telling your mind to attach to a different mindset. 30 days. Every day, sometimes this is an all-day battle, sometimes it's an hour, and some days it's a couple hours. But it's that energy where it's very difficult. I'm telling you right now, it's really hard. And then it's even harder to maintain the habit. Because it's not like it has an addictive tendency to it, because we're attaching to something that we're doing it because we just want something different. It's not like you don't get attached to the endorphin high of working out until you start working out repetitively. And then but that's the end of the 30 days. I think for the longest period, you're just sore and you're tired. You don't want to keep doing it. You know, I mean, it's hard. You've got to be consistent every day. Just put it in your mind. And I use working out just because Jupiter's in Virgo, and Virgo's a sign of health. So for many of you, this is changing your rituals about the way you eat, the way that you habitually attach to things in your mind. What you focus on is a habit. If you focus on negative, the past, pain, then you are constantly in a lower form, and that's habitual too. Some people like to attach to negative energy and always see the negative in everything because that's safer than attaching to hope and optimism and, all the things. And so for some of us, the realization is there is a hopeful situation over here. Are you going to stay habitual and not choose the hopeful situation? This past, recorrect the past, redefine the past. Are you not willing to do that? Remember, my eyes. Don't let Jupiter expand something in the next few days that you don't want it to. Have it expand opportunity and hope, and have it be benefic and not malefic. Don't let it create a giant earthquake in your life before you get it through your freaking hard heads. And I say this with love. Anyhow, guys, thank you so much for watching Annette's Astrology Corner, and I look forward to talking to you guys again